I haven't done a video in forever. My name is Babs. I am a manifesting coach. I do offer one-on-one sessions, and you can find them on my website, manifestwithbabs.com. Pretty easy, just like my channel. But here I am, and I'm excited to do videos with you again because I've restructured my channel. I've done a lot of work with new videos and going about it just slightly different, but kind of the same. But yeah, let's see how it goes, right? Okay, my name is Babs, and today's video is about not chasing anymore and really just attracting what you want. So let's talk about something that completely will change your manifesting results. The difference between chasing and attracting. Most people, they chase what they want. They're micromanaging and they're overthinking and they're obsessing and they're forcing, controlling, and constantly checking if it's working or looking for signs or needing signs and constantly looking for that proof or the validation. And that's chasing. But when you're truly in your own power, you're not chasing, you're attracting. So how do you make that shift? Let me break it down a little bit. What it really means to chase something. When you're chasing a manifestation, you're usually doing it from lack. You might be thinking about it all the time and obsessively trying to do the right thing all the time or do it more right, or you must be doing something wrong and what is happening, and you're trying to visualize more, affirm more, and you're trying hard, and you're frustrated and exhausted, and you're trying to be more perfect and it's still not working, and you're just at your wit's end and you feel bad and you have anxiety and it's just blah. But what you're actually doing is saying, I don't have it yet. I'm scared that I won't get it. And then you push farther and harder. But that's chasing, right? So chasing is what happens when your subconscious is still holding on to the belief that says, I need this to feel okay. I'm not complete without it. I have to prove something. And here's the thing, no amount of affirming, visualizing, or scripting will fully work until those actual beliefs behind that shift. Because chasing energy is just attachment energy, and in psychology it's codependency. But attachment comes from old programming. Attachment comes from a belief that you're lacking. Let's say you need that job because it makes you feel successful. So your belief is, I'm unsuccessful. You need that job because it will give you that financial abundance. Well, then you believe that you're financially not abundant, or you're financially dependent. Whatever the belief is, you want to find it, right? Or in love, it could be, I need that SP back because they make me feel so loved and so accepted and unconditionally loved, or they make me feel like home, or they feel like the happy ending. So those are all limiting beliefs. You don't have the happy ending. I'm not the happy ending. I'm unloved. I'm not wanted. I'm not chosen, right? All of those. So what does attracting actually look like? Attracting looks like this. It happens once you've changed the programming. You're still doing the focus work. You're still aligning with your desires, but you're not doing from lack or urgency. You're doing it from wholeness. You're thinking about it because it feels good and it feels true, not because you need it to feel good or to feel better. So you naturally let go. You naturally detach. You drop anxiety. It feels like you have it. It feels more true. You think about it a lot less. You stop constantly checking the 3D for proof. You stop needing to convince yourself it's happening, or you convince yourself that it will happen or can happen. You just know, or in other words, you believe it can happen, and it feels really true because something inside you has already decided that it is. You've stopped chasing, you're attracting, because in the law of attraction, that's how we manifest with the law of attraction. You attract what you are, not what you think about, but what you are. And what you are is your beliefs. You are your beliefs. And that's where the law of assumption comes in. The law of assumption doesn't replace the law of attraction. They go together. I teach with the law of assumption because the law of assumption is changing your beliefs. It changes who you are. It changes your embodiment. You embody something, and that is your belief. You embody your belief. You are your belief. I don't know. Have I made this clear enough, or do I need to keep repeating myself? Anyway, so how to make the shift from chasing to attracting. Here is where the real work comes in. You stop chasing when you stop feeling like you're lacking something. And that happens when you start releasing attachment, accepting what is, the super, super important, accepting what is, so that you then can change the belief really quickly. You accept the belief and then you affirm for it. And then trusting what's meant for you and that is already on the way, and then changing beliefs that say you're not enough or it's not possible or you're not allowed to have what you want. Those are all those beliefs that are in place. And they're all those beliefs that manifestation gives you. You need that manifestation. You're attached to the manifestation because it gives you something. It fulfills something in you. And the fulfillment happens by giving ourselves that, by giving ourselves those beliefs that we're looking for to be fulfilled from that manifestation. So the most effective way to do that is first, find the belief behind the attachment. Like I said, if you need that job because it makes you feel successful, that's your belief. Or financially abundant, or independent, or loved, or wanted. Those are the beliefs. And it helps to concentrate on exactly what you want, because focusing on having your manifestation will bring up resistance and attachment very clearly. So it's really important to know what you want, because it brings up, the more you are in tune with what you want, or focused on what you want and already having it, you want to focus on having it, not in the future. You want to focus on having it. And that way your mind says, oh, you already have it. Therefore, you don't need that job anymore because now you already feel successful. So your mind will come up with these things. And it will automatically start giving you these limiting beliefs that you're looking for resistance and detachment work. Accept the current story. So accept whatever beliefs come up, whatever limiting thoughts come up, and then you turn them around with affirmations. And then you change the belief, but not with force, but through repetition, attention, and feeling. By repetition, that's how the subconscious is reprogrammed. You repeat until it's reprogrammed. That's how I teach it. That's how I learned it. And that's how it's always worked for me and all of my clients. And then let it shift your energy. When your beliefs shift, your energy automatically shifts. You become that version. You embody that version. And that's why I like belief work so much, because it eliminates so many issues, a lot of anxiety and depression too. Because all these negative beliefs that are in place, they cause a lot of negative thoughts, right? That's resistance. So you don't any longer need that manifestation, because you are giving yourself that belief. You're giving yourself what you're looking for from that manifestation. And once you detach and you believe that you are that already, you ironically, that's exactly when it comes in, right? And you want to do resistance work. So not just detaching, you kind of got to do both, right? You want to do focus work, resistance, releasing resistance, and you want to detach. So yeah, but what does it feel like when you're attracting instead of chasing? Well, relaxing, peaceful, easy. When you detach, and you're still doing maybe some resistance work, that's okay. You can detach first and then do resistance work, or you do both at the same time. But once you detach, you actually stop thinking about your manifestation a lot less, because you kind of already gave yourself what you're looking for. And then you can still do resistance work. And then once you've worked through enough of the stories to make yourself feel better, the manifestation comes in. That's how it works. So it feels peaceful. There's a quiet confidence underneath your desire. There's no more urgency. There's no more trying to get it right, because everything you do is right at that point, and you're not worried about when or how it shows up. You're not constantly seeking signs or testing the universe. You're not stuck in what if it doesn't happen thoughts anymore. It's really, really peaceful and relaxing once you detach. Yeah. I mean, it feels really good. And anyone who's gone through it, let me know down below and share your feelings and how it feels when you start detaching, or once you've detached. So at that point, once you detach and you gave yourself that belief, you're being that version of you who already knows it's coming, or who already believes it's there. You already have it. You are the version that already has it. And again, releasing resistance is really important too. It's usually the main reason why people don't get what they want. And that state of being is what attracts. You attract things when you are the version that's successful. You are the version that is loved and wanted and chosen, right? So you want to give yourself these beliefs, and that's when you get it, is because you don't need it anymore, because you already are it. So don't attract by proving that you want it the most, or you will get it, or it will happen. You don't attract by chasing harder or trying harder. You attract when you align your beliefs with your thoughts and your feelings and the version of you that already has it. So stop chasing and start becoming, and watch how fast that can actually change. Yeah. And if you've had any cool experiences recently with detaching and feeling better, please share. Other than that, again, I am an active manifesting coach. I have my website on manifestwithbabs.com. And I actually just did a big upgrade. I redid my whole website, so there's now some information about the core belief work that I provide and help with, because that's usually why people find my channel, is because I actually work through the deepest beliefs with you. So yeah, if you need help, let me know. I'm here for you. Have a wonderful day.